In this video, we're going to be talking shoe rotations, and we're actually going to be talking about my shoe rotation for spring 2023. We're also going to go through all of these, and I'm going to tell you which one I use for what. So let's get stuck in. Right guys, so welcome to the spring 2023 rotation. I thought it'd be cool to actually sit here with all of them in front of us. Give you a bit of an idea. Now this is not all of them. I've kind of picked out the sort of main ones that I'm using. Now this is obviously excessive. You only need one pair of shoes, but I've tried to pick out the ones that I'm kind of using for bits and bobs. I'm going to go through. There are obviously some that are missing as well, but these are the sort of current favourites, I would say, in the rotation. Now you've got to bear in mind that obviously we get a lot of shoes through the channel, and usually I'm trying to run one of them a week, and then the other ones sort of fit in. I'm trying to put miles on other shoes and things like that. But a lot of it comes down to what sessions I'm running, whether I'm out and coaching or I'm out running coaching or whatever I'm doing. These shoes all fit in to that. Now, as I said, we've obviously got the other shoes that are coming in and we're putting them into the rotation and we're testing them as well. But these are the sort of picks that I sort of go to in the garage when I'm looking for a certain shoe for a certain job. Okay, so let's dive into this because this is going to be a little bit of a longer video and you can skip along in the chapters bit below. Let's start with daily trainers. Okay, let's start with daily trainers and let's go here. So we've got the Cumulus, the new Asics Cumulus. We've got the On Running Cloud Surfer, and we've got the Propel version 4 from New Balance. Now that crosses over into a couple of other areas and I'll come onto that. The reason I like these two is because they just kind of do it all. Shoes, one's lighter than the other one. This one's a little bit more sort of more forgiving than this one. But in general, they offer something slightly different for those daily miles. Also for the daily stuff, it's worth throwing in the Max Road 6. This has replaced the Nimbus 25. This is for like the sort of easy days, the really recovery days. But also this has got another important job. But we'll come on to that a little bit later in the video. Also, in terms of a daily-ish, is the Puma Forever Run, which is there for those stability days, the days where I'm a little bit, I don't know, my legs are a little bit beaten up and I just want a little bit of guidance, a little bit of stability. This is not an out-and-out stability shoe, but it's more of a guidance shoe and it's very forgiving. It's got a really wide base on it and it kind of crosses over into those daily miles very, very well. One shoe that is important to me is the Forever Run 5. This is a great shoe for me if I'm coaching. So if I'm down in Broxbourne, for argument's sake, and I just want to, I don't know, run down there, which is like 2 miles, I'll put these on and then I'll just do a session in these and then I'll trot back. So this is, you know, a 5 miles shoe, or I might even drive down and get out, do the session. It's a 3 mile shoe. What's great about it is you've got the fantastic carbon rubber outsole on it, fits great. It's nice and lightweight, the energy foam's been increased and it just does everything I want. Okay, so for those tempo days, those faster days, I've got the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite, currently 2, sorry. This is a lot of fun, this shoe, really is. It is a carbon plated racing shoe, but I love it for tempo days. Also, the Propel 4 crosses over into this area. This is a good shoe for sort of goal-paced work. So, I don't know, 6 miles, goal pace, off you go. This is a really good shoe, and this is why I really like this shoe, because it sort of crosses over into a little bit of everything. We've got the TPU plate in here. We've got a reasonable coverage in terms of outsole. We've got rubber there. You can't see it on this colourway. The upper does the job, but the great thing about this shoe is it's £120. And actually, you can get it cheaper than that now. Now, in terms of spring, long runs are sort of limited because we're not marathon training. So we've got the Max Road 6, which is what I referred to earlier. So long runs, Max Road 6. Also, long run shoe favourite at the moment is the Speed Beast from Skechers. Absolutely love this shoe. It just cruises about and it's kind of replaced the Super Blast in the rotation. I will pick up another pair of Super Blasts when they come out. But for now, I'm very, very happy to do longer miles in the Speed Beast. Quick shout out for trail shoes. We've got a couple in the cupboard, but probably the favourite at the moment is the Endurance Trail from Craft. Absolutely love this shoe. Check out the review. And there's reviews on all of these shoes on the channel, by the way. But the Pro Endurance Trail shoe is just fun. It's heavy, but I like it up in the trails. We don't do a hell of a lot of trail work, but if I do, I'm using that. Now, there are a couple of shoes that are missing, actually, and they're worth giving a shout out because I am still using them. It's just they're not a sort of I don't know, the go-tos in the garage, but they're worth a shout out because they're very good shoes. So we've got the Skechers Go Ride 11, absolutely love that. And that's more of a, I would say it's more of a crossover shoe for me. It's like, I don't know, go to Tesco's, do 3 miles. It's that kind of shoe, walk buds, do 3 miles. That's where that is. It's also probably worth noting actually the Brooks Catamount 2, great for down the rivers on the canal and towpaths. That's a great shoe down there at the moment. Evo Ride Speed, Nike Windflow 10, although, you know, not brilliant, but it's all right. There are other shoes that I occasionally pull out. What else have we got? Now, that's probably about it for now. I mean, there's probably some I've missed out, but they're genuinely some of the other shoes that probably needed a bit of a shout out. Okay, so then we go into race day, and the race day shoes are probably the biggest change for me this year, and they're the ones I really wanted to dial in. So we've got the Rocket X2, which is my half marathon shoe. Hopefully you've seen that I ran a PB in that shoe. Really love that. For 10Ks, we've got the Vaporfly 3. Now, I am thinking seriously about this for the autumn marathon, but we'll come on to that. The Adios Pro 3 has now been retired, just a bit of a heads up. And actually, it's worth mentioning the shoes that have been retired. Now, when I say they've been retired, you know, I will still pull them out and just run in because they're like old friends. But I think the two noticeable absentees here are the Nimbus 25 and the Super Blast. But like I said, I will pick those up later in the year in new colourways. And the other racing shoe is the Endorphin Elite. Now, this is I don't know. This is a shoe that I'm not sure yet where it's going to go, where it's going to be marathon, because I'm thinking this, but I had eyes on this for the autumn marathon, but because this is a little bit more stable than I was expecting, I'm not so sure. But that's the sort of shoe I'm thinking about also for the marathon. So I'm a little bit undecided, but I wanted to show you two of these because they are in the rotation for the marathon. So that's where I'm at, I think, at the moment. Obviously, this is complete and utter overkill and madness, right? Absolute madness. But that's the sort of selection that I'm working from at the moment. Now, I will update this in the summer, and you'll probably find that this will shrink right down in terms of what I'm using. If I had to pick a favourite out of all of these, at the moment, it's probably the Propel because it does a bit of everything, and maybe Max Road 6. I'm looking at the Speed Beast. I just love the Speed Beast. But I'm probably going to go Max Road 6 and Propel because basically they can pretty much do most of the stuff, forget the race. Yeah, that's probably where I'm at. Yeah, that's probably a good shout. The Forever Run's a good shoe. But I think out of these current selections, probably these two that are my current favourites this spring. Right, okay, so there we go. I hope that was useful. I like doing these so you know where I'm at. And again, this is total and utter madness what we have here. But I'm very, very lucky we get sent a hell of a lot of shoes. So if you took these away, because they're just race day, so they sit in the garage until race day. Trail work doesn't really come out that much, but when it does, I'm using that. We sort of get down, so this is sort of coaching, long run shoes, easy day shoes, and then we sort of got the speedier stuff. And can you see how I'm breaking it down? And then we go like everyday stuff. So it does condense down a little bit more if you actually stop and think actually maybe it's not that crazy. Okay, right. So that's it. Let me know in the comments. Firstly, do you agree that this is complete and utter madness? And secondly, have you got a bigger rotation as this? Right, that's it from me, guys. I've got to go and put these all in the garage and clean this table because Mrs. Ford's going to go nuts that I've got mud on this table. So I'll catch you later.